Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of 10 Minute Marvel. Today we are going to be discussing D23 and what we think may or may not happen there for Marvel. Plus, of course, news and rumors. So, a spoiler, one thing that will not be happening at D23 is Petter, will not be there. And I'll let my co-host tell you if he's going to be there or not.
Uh, Co-host, man with the big ears, the Mickey Mouse of this podcast, will also not be at D23 or D25 or any of the D24 and 26 because I don't
Yes.
know what time it is. I'm
And
going along with
well,
that joke. It's
mhm.
lame, but I'm doing it.
Yes. And what's your name, Mr. Co-host?
Mickey.
Everybody knows that's a lie.
It is. This is the worst intro I've ever done. It's Greg, everybody, and thank you for coming back. We appreciate it. And I promise I'll have something much better next time if you want to tune in for next week. And
We'll have
I'm going to give
something
you,
different next time, anyways.
yeah. Yes, fair enough. If you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channel. 10 Minute Marvel is where you can find that. Give us a like and thumb smash that subscribe button. Find and follow us on Facebook. Another thing with an X. Hashtag 10 Minute Marvel. And of course, you can leave your rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast fun from. Dang it, I almost got through the whole thing without messing it up. Give us five
Relatively
stars, people.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give
Or
that
any
four star
stars.
give that 4-star performance 5 stars.
Yeah. Just you can give it a quarter star. I don't care. Just give us something, some response to make me feel like I'm contributing to make this podcast better. All right,
All right.
better. What are we doing
Rumors.
first? Okay,
Rumors.
okay.
Uh, the Cosmic Circus had a whole bunch of rumors this past week. We'll kick it off with rumored that Shang-Chi 2, Black Panther 3, and Strange Academy are reportedly well into development.
Shang-Chi, Black Panther,
Yep,
and
Strange Academy.
Strange Academy. Okay, well into development.
Yes.
All right, so they're being written. Cool.
Yeah. Written idea, at least ideas tossed around for them.
Right.
But honestly, those are kind of all the ones we expected. Strange Academy might be the one that's a little bit out there,
hmm
but yeah, not too shocked.
No, does that mean Ryan Coogler's doing some he must be doing some writing
Yep.
and it's about time Shang-Chi gets gets a pen to paper again.
Yes.
And although I doubt that's how they do it still. Um yeah, Strange Academy. I I think that one's gonna be the fun one. That one's gonna be
Yeah.
exciting. Whatever they're hashing out for that one, but
Yes. Yeah, I'm very curious about that one. Um, Also, Cosmic Circus here. Star-Lord is rumored to be forming a new team. Now, I wonder if this goes back to the Annihilators rumor.
hmm. Yeah, who's all in that again? Who's like kind of the
Um, in the Annihilators, besides Star-Lord, Beta Red Bill, Silver Surfer, Icon, Gladiator, Quasar, Ronan the Accuser.
Nova, Kree, Super Skrull?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've been members, but definitely people who have been interacted with for sure.
Who could play Gladiator?
Whew, that is a good question. I don't know. Like off the top of my head, obviously we're doing this on the spot here. I'm not coming up with anybody too quickly
Mm,
for it.
yeah.
It's like most of my Gladiator knowledge comes from X-Men 97,
hmm
where he was there a little bit from the comics, but he's never been a character who's had like a major role in anything I've read or watched. So it's kind of hard to, with those lesser known characters, to be like, oh yeah, this person makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like the personality doesn't, unless you've read enough
Yeah.
comics with them,
Yep.
then it's hard to match them up to an actor at this time.
Hmm.
So, all right,
Yeah.
well, we'll just pin that question for another time. What else we got?
Yes. The story of the Skrulls will continue in the next saga, also Cosmic Circus.
That is amazing. I don't know I mean,
Right, like how is it going to work post Secret Wars? Are they going to have their planet of Skrullos back, or are they going to be living with the Asgardians in Norway?
I don't know what you do with that. I don't.
Hmm.
How do you make it? a clean break from what fell out of the dog's butt of Secret Invasion. I
Yep.
guess I don't
Well, and then the Marvels came after that, but that didn't really leave us with the Skrull in a more interesting spot. So,
right. I unless you're gonna pick up the problem on Earth with all like these scrolls that are
mhm.
I guess secret agents or hidden, and then I don't really care, honestly.
And I don't care for them that much on Earth either.
Yeah, but it
So
was cool. It was cool how,
there was an idea there.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But I just feel like that's pushed by the wayside. I don't know. And
Hmm.
so,
Yep.
yeah.
Not Cosmic Circus rumor here. Florence Pugh rumored to be joining the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, yes,
Oh,
it
yes, it
is.
is catching on.
Yep.
Um,
It's a weird one. It's
yeah, I think she has a hots for Tom Holland, first of all. But um I think that I think that they would play well together or play off
mhm.
each other well.
Yeah.
I think the what am I trying to say? The
On screen chemistry would work
thank you,
well.
chemistry, that's the word. Yes. Yes. So otherwise, man, just so many characters.
I know.
So yeah, I'm wondering if they're just tossing all these rumors out there just to completely throw people off. I mean,
Yeah.
have they seen on set? Some of them maybe, but
Some of them, yep. I wonder a little bit too. There was one rumor that I haven't shared on Facebook yet, but was basically that Sony and Marvel are trying to keep under wraps who Sadie Sink is playing because there'll be a twist, kind of like we'll maybe see her character for a little while and then it'll be real like, oh, this is who her character actually is, sort of thing.
that's gonna be distracting now. Distracting in the sense of if I'm
Mhm.
watching it, then I'm waiting for the, you
You'll
know,
you'll have forgotten in a year.
oh, that's fair. Good point.
But I wonder if that could be a little bit of it. Marvel might be looking go, well, we can keep people distracted asking the question, oh, is this other person going to be in Spider-Man? And if everybody keeps on asking those questions, they're not going to spend as much time digging into who Sadie Sink is going to be playing, or some of the actors who we know are going to be in this film are going to be playing.
Right. And I mean, there's been a lot of people to distract, so I'm all for one character. Probably not, but
Right.
but I think, wow, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's almost making me a little bit worried. Worried's not the right word. It's making me think twice about what is happening on that movie. But
Yeah. Uh,
um,
because we were thinking, okay, grounded movie, and I'm sure none of these characters, the speculation for these characters, except for if Sadie Sink's playing like Mayday, the child of Peter and Mary Jane from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man
mm,
universe. Everybody else has been pretty grounded, so it'll be interesting.
yes, it will. Yes, it will.
So then the Cosmic Circus also had rumors that Wilson Fisk, Venom, Tombstone, Hammerhead, and Prowler are reportedly some of the villains planned for the new Spider-Man trilogy. So not all for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh yes, it is. But the idea of like, okay, there's going to be another three Spider-Man films. We kind of had the introductory trilogy. We're going to have another trilogy now. And those are potentially some of the villains.
Hmm. I'm glad you read that because when I looked at that, I just saw it's like they're tossing more villains in. I'm like, whoa, into Brand New Day.
Hmm.
Oh man, yeah. I'm like, this is going to be the most action-packed movie ever for a
Yeah.
superhero movie. But okay, I'm pumping my own brakes here. Got it.
Yeah. Even what the list is five villains long, and there have been, and we know that Scorpion is in this movie, so there's a sixth villain.
Hmm.
Like that's two per movie minimum,
Yeah,
unless like there's one where there's four, but two on average, sort of thing. So that's still a bunch to work with.
yeah,
For sure. But we also did see, I'm thinking of is it Civil War where it kicks off with Crossbones as a
yep.
villain and he gets taken out like immediately.
Uh, where's that Winter Soldier? No. You're right. It's Civil War. Yeah, he gets taken out almost right away.
Hmm. So there, you certainly could have villains like that.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's cool. I don't mind that so
Hammerhead,
much.
like, okay, Hammerhead. Who really wants Hammerhead? I'm sure six people. But if you're one of those six people,
Hand
more power
raised
to you.
7 right here.
If you're one of those six people, I counted you already, don't worry.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah. I think you can deal. Now, then a couple of Doomsday related ones. The first, this one has no source, so I'm taking it with a fairly massive grain of salt. But August 27th, second set of cast announcements for Avengers Doomsday. So that would be 3 days prior to D23. Do you think they'd do that?
Um,
So do you think they would have a cast
I
announcement on Wednesday and then their big Disney Studios event on Saturday?
I guess no. I mean, on okay, so spoiler for the main topic a little bit. I was expecting that to happen at D23, but
Hmm. Well,
um
they don't have 4 hours for that.
no, but they could pull out a panel, like just bring them up,
Yeah,
and just kind of like boom, boom, rapid fire their names real quick. I think they
yeah,
did that a couple years back at Comic-Con, but um not in well, they did it for a certain whatever movie it was
yeah.
at the time. So it's a weird choice unless you're gonna
I
do something, unless they're gonna show something at D20 that's got it.
Right.
So
Well, if they do like the chair thing again, let's say, uh, which I feel like be kind of weird, but
yeah,
I'd still be there for it. I'd still sit through it all.
I'd fire that
Um,
marketing person, but okay.
mhm. But I'm wondering if they think, and I think it would. I think it would create more hype to do it in a separate setting than D23 because D23, whatever it will just be for the audience there.
That's true.
And so, do they do some big announcement sort of thing? And then you could still have, say, Patrick Stewart and a couple other actors show up for D23 to talk about Doomsday. And we'll talk about that more in the main topic. But I almost wonder, this feels like one of those things where it could somehow end up being right.
Yes, because now it's not like a super televised.
Hmm.
It's not a Comic-Con, right?
Right.
So yeah,
But yeah, even Comic-Con though, it's like you have to find all your information off of X or Facebook for what's happened at Comic-Con. Like if you're trying to watch
yeah,
clips, stuff like that. So I I do wonder because it would provide more visibility, more hype sort of thing.
and it's also there's a lot of other Disney things that they're trying to promote. So
Yes.
you don't you almost don't want to steal your own show in
Hmm.
this with that. But
Yep.
so
Now, I that is also the same day that Thunderbolts comes to Disney Plus. So I don't think that matters too much for anything, but just your reminder to go watch
mm,
Thunderbolts on Wednesday.
I've been waiting. I actually have been waiting a long
Yeah.
time. Well, same as everybody else, but like
Well,
I thought it was
we saw it on what, the Thursday? Or
maybe
no,
I
we
think I
saw
was
that one on Friday.
okay.
Yeah.
The Friday that it
Fantastic.
came out. Yeah.
Yeah, Fantastic Four was on the Thursday. But
Yeah. It was a long time ago
mhm,
and I didn't go back into the theaters and watch it as I usually don't. But
yeah.
it was a long stretch and I'm okay with it. I just every kind of week I forget that what date is that again that it's coming out?
Mhm.
And so I'm obviously eager to watch it again.
So, the other Doomsday rumor is, and this one's from Daniel RPK, that in Doomsday, Doctor Doom will reportedly be after people who have caused incursions.
Don't want to know,
Yep.
but
Yeah. I mean, that limits who he's after, but there was a rumor that they rebuilt or recreated the set for the house where Steve goes
Dougie.
to, yeah, Peggy.
Yep.
So who knows?
They had to rebuild it. It's got to be around somewhere. I think they would just, why would you break that down? I don't know. Seems like a waste. Set
Well,
designers. I don't know. I
mhm.
don't know how they work.
So half the time, like, and this is from uh, the Universal tour that I went on years ago at this point, but like they redo the facade on
Uh,
buildings, and then you just throw, because it's not a full building. It's like a front of a building and maybe a little bit in terms of rooms. It could be more if it's on a sound stage. If it's on a sound stage, for sure it's getting torn down.
yeah, yeah.
But they'll reuse kind of the same bones of stuff depending. So who knows?
Yeah, and I
Uh,
guess it also, I mean, if you have, there's been talk of Deadpool coming
yep.
back. I guess he could be somebody that's targeting or being targeted, you know.
Yes.
It's an it's an interesting way to go about it to make Doom not so sinister in what he's doing, but
Hmm.
more of a savior in what he's doing. And
Hmm.
that, I mean, and I'm always kind of for that, where I actually am in on the side of the villain. You know, once you like Thanos, when you kind of
Hmm.
think about what he's trying to do, it
Yep.
statistically can make some sense. So,
Yeah, it's like, okay,
I'm not saying
they
galactic
thought through
genocide is
it.
great, but like, yeah,
Hmm.
they thought through it, right? So, um, and that's all I want to know about it. So
Hmm.
stop bringing that up.
All right. So then two pieces of news. Trammell Tillman of Severance is reportedly, or has reportedly joined the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, yes, it is. And this comes from Variety.
Best piece of news I've heard in a while because I love this guy. I think I think he's really good. He's
Nice.
amazing in Severance. Amazing. I have not seen is it Dead Reckoning? I think he's in maybe the Mission Impossible,
Okay.
but he's a solid actor. So for what I am, you know are hoping what the rumors are that they're hoping that he is playing Norman Osborn. That
Hmm.
is only a rumor at this point. I think that's perfect, honestly.
Hmm.
So,
Could be interesting.
it's good stuff.
Um, and then this is a quote from Alex Lee. He voices Amadeus Cho in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. He said that Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2 is going to be, and this is where the quote comes in, more and more grand, more tragic, more funny. AKA,
Hmm.
they're raising the stakes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like no, it's not like X-Men necessarily. X-Men 97. But I mean more tragic. That's very tragic, I would say X-Men is 97.
Hmm.
Do you want it to go there? Or do you, I
Um,
mean, did you like the lightheartedness that it was there? Is this the direction you want it to take?
I mean, I think you have to have, and like we've talked about before, having those interpersonal stakes of like characters' relationships mattering. Um, like with Lonnie and Pearl, Peter, and Nico. So I think that there's ways to continue to build on that. Like we had the tease of Nico and her past
Mm-hmm.
at the end. I think like you dig into that, that's tragic. I think if Lonnie continues down the path of becoming Tombstone, then that's tragic. I think there's certain elements of that that you almost need to continue to tell a good story. It has to have those personal moments. And obviously, we're waiting for Norman Osborn to kind of flip and turn into not just a business villain, but like a Green Goblin villain. And so just the implications of that and Harry. I think that there's some a lot of stuff that you can go where, yeah, it is tragic, but you can still have your quippy Spider-Man. You can still have your lighthearted hearted moments and do all of that.
Yeah. I, as you were kind of talking, I'm thinking like all those things that they set up in season one really have some tragic or tragedy to them, or at
Hmm.
least can have very somber storylines that can sprout out of each one, which I think that's really cool. I like that kind of stuff. But it just seems like it was such a lighthearted first season.
But it
It
wasn't. Like if you think about Lonnie's storyline.
No, but they kept it. I mean, they kept it kind of light, or more on the lighter side, with these some undertones of like, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
sad. But I feel like they're going to maybe level that out a little bit, where or bring down the quippy stuff and the lightheartedness and kind of even it out more with more of that
maybe.
sadder tale or yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Honestly, it's a show that I'm like, I kind of want to watch it again now.
mm, I know it was a little surprise gem
Yeah.
that came out of nowhere.
So that's it for the news. Let's main topic then, which is going to be what we think is going to happen at D23, but also a lot of it's just kind of like speculation. There hasn't been much said. Like we were talking before the podcast, and Greg brought that up. So, what is Marvel going to have there as part of the Disney Studios presentation on the 30th? Do we have? What are our guesses?
No, last year did we talk about how this is typically they're more focused on maybe like some of the shows
Yeah,
that
they've
happen?
been more focused on some of the shows that have happened because, especially like last year, they had their D20 or their Comic-Con panel, and that was had a little bit more movie focus. And the Comic-Con panels tend to have more movie focused.
Hmm.
But obviously, they didn't have one this year. At the same time, we don't have any like no movies coming out for a little while, so it might make sense that it leans one way or another.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was thinking, okay, what's coming out, right?
Hmm.
What's almost out the gate here? We have Marvel Zombies
Yep.
in the shoot here, and I'm thinking trailer.
Yep. It would be, that feels like the right time.
Kind
Whether
of
or not
a
it's released to the public,
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It just feels like it's the time for it. I was like, they've released some footage,
a little
right?
bit. They've
Just
teased, yeah, a tiny bit of footage, a few images. So they're obviously ramping up to it. Um, Now it's interesting because what Eyes of Wakanda had its little teaser drop about a month before, and then the only actual trailer dropped like a week before, if I remember
yeah.
correctly. So I could see them showing the full trailer at D23 and dropping a little teaser to the public at the same time.
Yes. Okay. So if you're thinking that,
Hmm.
we also have Wonder Man that's
Yes.
close. So I was thinking, oh, God, I forgot that they probably
I could see them dropping a full trailer for Wonder Man.
really.
I
Okay.
think that because it's live action. And so live action, people are always going to be more apt to and interested in checking out live action than animation. So I could see that getting a trailer as well. In fact, yeah, Abdul Mateen the third is like one of the actors who I think could be there, along with like
Oh,
Ben Kingsley.
that's funny. That's exactly what I wrote down. I'm thinking either Wonder Man trailer is what I thought.
Yep.
or or they have a guest, I guess, and or they have a guest appearance by Yaya.
Hmm.
I don't know, Ben Kingsley would maybe he would do it, but Yaya for
Yeah.
sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ben Kingsley seems way too prestigious for for
Kind of,
D23.
but he's also playing Trevor Slattery, like
That's
the
true.
least prestigious character in the
I feel like he's
MCU.
off playing King Arthur somewhere or doing,
Probably.
like Hamlet. I don't know. So to me, like Marvel Zombies is I was thinking they would do a trailer.
Hmm.
But I could see what you're saying, how they may just toss the teaser out to the public, but keep the trailer for those there.
Yeah.
Makes it kind of special if you're actually there in
Hmm.
person.
And Marvel in the past has had an animation panel at D23. I'm not sure if they are or aren't doing that this time. Um, I don't, everything that's pulling up is saying is from last year. Let me double check this
I
one.
know. I couldn't find squat. I
Yep.
could not find squat about
Yeah, it
D23.
looks like it was last year. So I don't know that they have one D23 schedule. This is
What else was
last
in
year's.
what is animation wise? Oh, I mean, I guess
Your
other
Friendly Neighborhood
Disney.
Spider-Man and X-Men 97. So
Yeah,
eh, those two are also could also be talked about if they did a panel because this was specifically a Marvel panel that was done.
yeah. So panel for those two things, not so much any major news or I guess any sort of
That would be, yeah.
footage. I don't think there's any.
They did footage last time for, and like they revealed a whole ton of characters who are going to be in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That's where that reveal kind of took place.
Are they far enough along in their
I would,
process to do any sort of teaser for any of
I mean,
those?
they teased Spider-Gwen immediately after season one was done. So yeah, I think they would definitely have stuff that they could tease, especially if they're introducing any new characters of note, and they wanted to tease like the art assets sort of thing.
Okay, so if there's an animation panel, you're
Yep.
thinking we're gonna see,
Marvel Zombies would kind of be the big thing there, but
right?
then they would tease the like assets for the other two.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that. And then we got Wonder Man, you're thinking full trailer.
Yep.
I was thinking that they would maybe just do they've already done a couple teasers though, right? So why would
hmm
you toss out another?
Yeah. And again, the full trailer doesn't have to release to the public. In fact, I don't think it would.
It's a December release,
It's a
right?
December release.
So you give us like the
You do
vague,
a full trailer there. People will do their recaps of that trailer and talk about it. And and that's kind of what we get as
yeah.
fans
And then we'll
for
probably
that.
get what, two more, maybe three trailers between D23 and release time.
I would say one, or like the one trailer from D23 and another tease.
Really? Because
I
I mean,
think
if you think about what they did with Ironheart, I mean, they
that
had
they were doing
numerous
some,
individual.
yeah, they were doing character teases, character vignettes, but there was only, they did actually,
I think there
not
was like two,
two,
wasn't
maybe three trailers. Yeah.
it? Yeah,
I, the reason I'm saying that is I think Marvel's experimenting with how much to push the shows
I don't think they
because,
can not push this show because it's Wonder Man. Not many people,
but it's a Marvel show. So
well, even
they
more
have to
so.
even less so. And this
Uh,
is the reason why I'm saying that is you have your group of Marvel fans who are going to subscribe or resubscribe to Disney Plus to watch it. Um, there's this balancing point of, and I think this is where like Netflix heavily leans into this. They don't promote their shows and movies all that much. They don't spend a ton of money on that because they spent a bunch of money on production, and that extra advertising can immediately just wipe out any profit from people subscribing up to watch it. So Netflix has really built off of word of mouth, like things hitting the zeitgeist and going in a wave kind of thing.
yeah,
And I think that Disney and other streaming services, I mean, Apple already does this. Apple does not advertise their stuff at all. And I think that that's how, as a streaming service, you can make money. So I think that it's going to be limited. They may not pull back on it too much at this point, but it's going to be limited for stuff going in the future.
Hmm. Interesting, interesting thought. Because I was
Mhm.
going the other direction that they would have to build it up, but
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense what you're saying.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm
Well,
not
I
going to
think
disagree.
Yeah, I think Agatha all along actually is a decent example of they spent a chunk of change on advertising that show. Like that showed up fairly often. Like it showed up on TV ads and stuff like that. And it didn't do super well until word of mouth, like the show is really good, boosted those numbers a lot. And so I kind of
Yeah,
think that in a lot of ways that's how it has to work these days for streaming services in particular,
yeah, yeah,
not for network television. That's different because of advertising and whatnot.
yeah. Well, we shall see.
Hmm.
Okay, onward.
Yeah. And
Next,
this
did
is,
you have something?
well, I was going to say, this is like after Wonder Man and Marvel Zombies in particular. Everything else is kind of just the we'll see what could happen category. I'm confident that they'll talk Marvel Zombies, and I'm confident that they'll talk Wonder Man.
Okay.
Anything else beyond that, it's like, we'll see.
You don't think anything about Born Again?
So Born Again is on my list, as well as the Vision show, as two things where I'm like, I definitely could see those are like fairly high on my list of we could see some stuff from those. They've wrapped filming. We could have a tease of something, like just a little bit of footage for either of them, or they could bring out
Christian
Vincent
Ritter.
D'Onofrio, Kristen Ritter.
That's what I had. I
Yeah.
thought Christian Ritter would come out and maybe show a snippet, a
Hmm.
little
Like a
little
scene
teaser
with
of
her. Yeah.
yeah. That's about the extent of what I had
Hmm.
for that one.
Hmm. And
I forgot
Vision,
about Vision.
yeah, Vision,
Um,
I think equally as likely in some ways. That's wrap filming as well.
ooh, I would love to see something. That's kind of what I'd really like to see.
Hmm.
A little
Same.
bit.
And it's a chance for them to just tease a tiny bit if they want. They don't have to do much, but like if they want to do, if they don't even want to show a clip, just have all the different synthezoids, all the different actors who are playing the different synthezoids, AI version things in human form come out on stage and just say hi and wave, because that's about all the time you get at D23.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking along the same lines of Punisher doing something.
Hmm. The Punisher special.
Yeah, I think they might be a mention of it. I don't think there's going to be any sort of John Barenthal cameo or anything like that.
Yeah, this feels
But
like that feels like as well as Daredevil Born Again and the Vision show feels like it could be part of like the clip montage where they're like
yes.
new Marvel things and you just see little flashes with and then it's like Vision Quest coming 2026. Daredevil or yeah, Born Again season 2 2026. Punisher special presentation. Boom boom
Yeah.
2026.
I know it's really weird because that's exactly, I mean, I wrote down like teaser, like that montage, that quick
Yeah,
little snippets for Punisher, Vision, X-Men 97, and
yep.
obviously there'll be other Disney stuff.
Properties
And
like
yeah,
Star Wars stuff in there and everything.
right.
So,
Yeah.
um, I think one I had on the list was I think we could get so several years ago when they announced Matt Shackman as the director, that was at D23. And it wasn't like a well-kept secret. Like we knew Matt Shackman was going to be directing, but Kevin Feige just kind of calls him out and he stands up and waves. I think we could get the same thing with Jake Schreier.
Hmm. Yeah. I was just trying to think of anybody else that would fall into that little bucket of hand waves, parade
Hmm.
waves, you know.
Yep.
I got nobody. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they would do it with an actor.
Yeah, no, for sure
So
not. Why pay
it
them
would
just
have,
to get there and wave?
yeah,
That's
yeah. So Ryan Coogler, that's not that big a deal. We know that he's going to be doing Black Panther 3. And so like, I'm trying,
Russo's?
nah, Russo's,
They're busy.
they're busy and we already know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it,
Um,
yeah, it has to be something that's like kind of announced, but a ways off. So there's just not much else that I can think of.
yeah. That that completes my list. I haven't I like I said before, it was really hard
Yeah.
to find some good stuff.
Hmm.
Some
I have a few more that kind of go
all
into
right.
that further, the further and further reaches. Doomsday and or Secret Wars castings, like we kind of talked about before.
Oh,
Uh, sure, if they want to bring out some actors, or as we mentioned in last podcast, based off of the times between the US and the UK, like West Coast and UK, sure, do a like a Skype, Zoom video thing with some of the cast,
yeah,
just saying
100%.
hi
Right.
from the set of Doomsday or something like that, and maybe reveal a couple new actors.
Yeah, I could th that seems very plausible for me. You just don't want to fall on its face like when the whatever news show at 7:30 in the morning tried to do the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
You know, they brought out
the
all the
the tr
Fantastic Four
mhm.
characters and
The trailer launch was fun. The interview questions were really weird softball
Oh my
questions
God.
that like they were just like, let's keep this simple for our viewing audience, and
I
it
don't
it felt super staged.
It was such a swing and a miss in my book.
Mhm.
Like I just was like, why did you make the actors get up for this? Like they
Yep.
had to probably get up at 5 in the morning, do all the
Yep.
business, and then get there for 3 or 4 awkward questions that
Mhm.
didn't make sense.
Right. Well, that's the nice thing is this isn't an interviewer asking them questions or anything like that. I think this is a, hey, and here we are. All right, give Florence Pugh a tablet or a phone, have her be the one holding it because she is good at those little behind the scenes videos. She did a good job with the Thunderbolts Goofy Tease one.
Right, but you can't give anything away. Like that's another thing. Like
Right.
you'd have to
You
make it
can't,
very, it's
yeah, you can't give
staged in
it.
a sense.
Hmm. But you have her in front of it because she's charismatic, and then you have a few other actors in the background, and maybe like that little tease like she did for that elevator thing. Like just this kind of nondescript location where we can be like, ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen there.
Uh, I think Florence Pugh is a good choice, but I would think even having Robert Downey Jr. do it.
Hmm.
I think his charismatic approach to
Yes.
things and who wouldn't want to see him kind of walk around and talk to people?
Hmm.
I think that could become a pretty big highlight if anything. So,
Yes.
but again, it's got to be behind the scenes because I don't think they want to risk any of that stuff. But I'd love to see him kind of walk around. Again, it would have to be in a like a smaller setting, so
Yep.
you could only hit, I don't know,
You
maybe
talked, yeah,
a handful of actors.
yeah. You talk to like five actors, and then like
One in costume. That'd be
right,
great.
one in costume, and then he goes to talk to the Russo brothers, and one of them is closing a door to a set or something like
Yeah,
that. And so if you pause it, you can see like a half a frame or like a frame where the door is like a quarter open, and everybody can spend the next 2 months speculating on what you can see in that quarter of an
right.
open door.
Yeah. What was it that Florence Pugh, when
The
she was
elevator.
doing that? It was the elevator
Yeah,
scene.
yeah. The because they had built kind of the elevator shaft.
Oh, where they do the
Yeah.
climb?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. When they're trying to escape after they got Bob.
Yeah. After they,
That
yeah, they were trying.
okay.
So after they had escaped out of the room, then the elevator, yeah, climbing up.
Okay.
Yeah, that was basically it. Um, do you think that there's any way, and this, like these last three are definitely the furthest out there. Do you think there's any way we see any like test footage for Doomsday or like minimal VFX, just a tiny little bit of something like the back of Doom on a spaceship or something like that?
Uh
It feels
no,
too early.
it does, and I just I don't want to see it, I guess, honestly, but it just yeah, it feels too early, not the right time for it. And
Yeah,
mm,
nonetheless, you almost have to reveal something if you do that.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I just don't want any major plot reveals, I guess.
Right. Well, and I definitely would not be saying plot reveal.
Right.
I'd be thinking like a costume reveal or an actor who hasn't been announced.
Hmm. I like costume reveals. That's kind of cool.
Hmm.
Like if we could see a couple like
Like we could see James
Doom.
Marsden in his X-Men suit.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Even like Steve Rogers, maybe.
You
No,
mean Luke Cage?
I mean Luke Cage. Yeah. I don't I don't know. Like again, that hasn't been really actually announced, so I guess we
Yeah.
can't say that. But
But that would be the reveal. It's like, oh, we get the
here's
little
Nomad.
turnaround, and it's like, oh, that's a younger Steve Rogers who
Yeah,
is still like that's what Steve Rogers was wearing when he went to see Peggy,
right.
or that's what Steve Rogers was wearing when Hulk sent him back in time to
Yeah.
return the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, that would be huge, but that also doesn't feel like a bad reveal.
Right, or something in the background where they like stash Jubilee's yellow jacket or something,
Hmm.
something like that, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Do you think that they could announce what movie is the uh 2027 release?
Mm,
That feels like a Comic-Con thing next year,
yeah,
or separate completely.
I think they want to keep it in their pocket for a different time,
Yeah.
you know.
I think it's a separate thing because Comic-Con feels like it'd be pushing it too close to kind of announce it. It would have leaked at that point,
Mm,
but kind of like they did with the Fantastic Four in some ways, where it was like, all right, we're releasing a Valentine that shows all these actors for
yeah.
like our actor reveal. I wonder if Marvel's going to do more of that.
Wait, what day is that? What's the date of that? February?
No,
No,
the
the what's the mystery slot
uh July, I believe.
of 2027?
7th. Yep. So after
Okay,
Doomsday,
yeah.
before Secret Wars.
And too much, I just too much change.
Hmm.
Honestly, who knows? Like what
Well,
can
it's
happen
like
in between?
what script is going to be ready? I really do think it's,
What actor is gonna follow up in some way? I don't know.
yeah, I think it's probably going to be this is Black Panther 3 or this is Doctor Strange 3.
Hmm.
In which case, if they know, why not announce it? It's not like you're announcing a brand new project. It was never going to be X-Men. So, like, new X-Men cast. So,
I think it's just about pacing at that point.
yeah.
It's kind of the ace in the pocket.
Yeah.
Take it out when they need a little something to
Hmm.
rev the engine,
Yep.
the
I
Disney engine,
Yep, I think that could very easily be the case. Gives them
tugboat's engine. Sorry,
gives
let
them
me keep going.
something to potentially, like I said, do the reveal at D23 or not D23, Comic-Con next year because I'm sure Comic-Con next year will have some Doomsday footage, some Doomsday cast there, and Kevin Feige could then tease like, and here's the cast of blah blah blah, which starts filming next week.
Yeah,
And even if it's just like now we have a full cast reveal as well as reveal like, oh, and so who we know was going to be in the cast because again, it's going to be hard to keep under wraps, is playing whatever villain or whatever character. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head. I got none that's great, but how about Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Black Swan?
yeah.
Like, it's something like that.
Hmm.
That's the sort of thing that you could do at Comic-Con and probably hold on to for Comic-Con.
For sure.
And then the farthest and least likely for sure would be if they announce any sort of X-Men casting. I don't think
Yeah,
they're to the point where that's really started yet, but that would be like if they wanted to make waves,
I was gonna say,
that's that's it.
yeah. That would be very huge. I just don't know if
I don't think they want to do it yet. Still think they're going to try and keep it under wraps for who's been cast. And it might not even be really like fully keep it under wraps for who's been cast, but don't spoil who anybody's been cast as until the end of Secret Wars, where the
right.
post-credit scene is going to be a reveal of something like that.
Yeah. What about just going into it without, yeah, just having absolutely no idea who's playing who?
Right.
I don't think that'd be
I don't
possible,
think that'd
but
be possible, and that's why I think like the Secret Wars, you just take all the actors to the Atlanta location, you film something behind closed doors, everybody gets into their costumes behind said closed doors, just completely control that environment, film it there, and that's kind of your tease and reveal,
yep.
which is again not D23 this year. So, just to recap, we kind of expect that we'll probably see some Wonder Man and some Marvel Zombies, and then, if nothing else, in kind of the teaser of what's coming next for Disney Plus and stuff like that, they'll tease the Vision show, Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2, and X-Men 97 Season 2
Yep.
with maybe like a wave from Jake Schreier. And that's probably it.
Maybe some Daredevil, maybe some
Yeah,
little
that
nod to
would
that,
be
or like an announcement of Christian
yeah.
Ritter or
Those would be, honestly, Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox, and Kristen Ritter seem like the most likely people to show up after Yahya Abdul Mateen the
Hmm.
second,
Third, second.
third, third.
I just go with the yeah, and everybody
hmm
usually knows what I'm talking about. Then I don't have to get into the rest of the name and do his proper surname, whatever it
Yes,
is.
there's a lot.
It's quite the signature. Um, yeah,
It's
and
the
a
second.
little the second. Okay.
Yeah.
The third has not been made yet, maybe. I don't know.
Well, the third most likely has been made, and it's his child.
Oh, okay, so he does have kids.
That'd be my guess, because generally it would just be senior and junior if there are only two.
Fair. I don't think about these things. I'm not a one or a two. I'm just a Greg. There's only one of me, people. You're welcome.
Everybody else sitting there like right now going like, no, we know somebody named Greg.
Nobody,
But yeah,
nobody.
let us know what you think. What's something crazy that could happen at D23? Obviously, I ran through some pretty wild ones there that I do not think there's a chance of happening.
Yeah, some are a
But
bit off the unlikely, but I too would like to hear some people's thoughts on maybe what just kind of hits the cusp of what's too far out there, but still has some plausibility to it.
mhm. Yeah, so let us know that down in the comment section below or over on uh, our different social media platforms. Greg told you how you could find us there at the
I did.
beginning. We appreciate everybody who is checking out the podcast. And if you are enjoying this content, again, Greg gave a few ways that you could help support the podcast. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/nerdologists. The funds go to help improve the quality of this podcast, as well as the Malts and Meeples YouTube channel, the 10 Minute Marvel YouTube channel, and nerdologist.com website. But with that, we will see you next time.
Mickey Bamp.